I did it, guys. I finally did it. I bought Decade Golf. If you're new here, welcome to the Scratch Golf Show. Please subscribe, like the video, comment. We've got some really cool content coming out here in the next few weeks. Just shot our first playing video. Going to post that here probably by the end of the month. So some really, really cool stuff. But like I said, today's topic for the video is going to be Decade. So we're going to deep dive into what Decade is, why I bought it, and ultimately what I'm going to achieve. And I'm going to document my Decade journey. Hope you guys enjoy the video. First and foremost, what is Decade Golf? Decade Golf is a course management system designed by Scott Fawcett, a former tour pro who wanted to ultimately improve his course management and decision making on the golf course. Ultimately, he works with a ton of different guys. You can see here on the website, he works with guys like Webb Simpson, Bryson DeChambeau, Matt McNeely, Will Zalatoris, a few names. Why Decade? Like Scott says on the website here, let's face it, playing golf without a strategic plan is like playing darts with a blindfold on. You know which direction you're throwing, but just hoping you get lucky with a good score. Decade improves your target selection with data-driven decision-making, strong mental game plan, expert guidance, golfing joy. I love how on the Without Decade he puts golfing sadness. I find that hilarious. Scott, I've been following Scott for a long time. He's a pretty dry sense of humor guy. He's pretty funny. Scott, if you end up watching this, would love to have you on someday for an interview as I kind of document my Decade journey. But he's got over 8,000 members from top 5 players in the world to 18 handicap. So this isn't just a system designed for tour guys or better players like myself. It's designed for any handicap. I think ultimately Scott really wants to simplify this and make golf easy. I think is his end goal. You have the Decade app, which I'll go through here in a couple minutes. You get tools, a ton of content, training, and then you get to work with Scott, I think, directly depending on which foundation or which membership you have. Don't quote me on that. But that's just a quick overview of what Decade is. Ultimately, why I decided to do it. If you go to my GN right here, so you can see my current handicap index is a plus 0.03. My low handicap index is a plus 0.05 from earlier this year. I actually got down to a plus 1 last year. But I've been working with a coach, so my scores have been pretty consistent. You can see going back to April 77, 74, 76, 74, 72, 70, 75. All the most recently up to one of my better rounds of the year was a 72. You can see it was a -1 differential at a golf course here. So I think that I have a lot more potential than I do. I really want to see how good I can get. I've been thinking about buying Decade for a while. I just really don't play a ton of tournament golf, but ultimately I really am committed to getting better, and I really think this could help me. I want to see if I can get my handicap index or my GN down to like a +3. I think realistically is the best I can do. And I've heard a lot of guys who have been around my handicap who have tried Decade said they've gone from a 0 to a +2 or a 0 to a +3, ultimately just by doing Decade. So really excited to document this journey for you guys. But that's what a little bit about what Decade is and ultimately why I bought it. So now that you know a little bit about Decade, I'm going to document my journey here. I bought a 12-month subscription, so I'll have it through, I think, next July. So really excited to see where my golf game goes over the next 12 months. But there is an app, so I would show you, but I don't want to kind of show my phone up to a screen. So there is the Decade app. A lot of it is content. So one thing that Scott is pretty big on is not only taking Decade on the golf course, but also taking Decade off the golf course. There's a lot of data entry, so you can track your stats, and ultimately that's how the system improves. I believe it helps your decision making on the golf course. You can plot out different shot patterns on the Decade app. You can do a ton of different stuff on there. I don't want to give too much away, but the first month, really, it's just a lot of content. It's understanding what Decade is, getting the buy-in that you're actually you understand what Scott's doing. He does a really good job of breaking down shot patterns, analyzing shot data, essentially telling you what Decade is, talking a little bit about putting, and it's a lot of just video content and learning. So it is a process to ultimately get better with Decade, but I am really excited and I'm committed to it over the next 12 months to see where it can take me. So in about a month, I'll do another video like this, just giving you guys a quick update about where the game is and ultimately how much practice I've actually gotten with Decade, because there is a practice component to it as well. The app has a learning page, a practice page, and a playing page, all done with Scott with the content that he creates. So it's a great app. I would highly recommend trying it. It's a subscription program like to most stuff nowadays. He does have the prices on the website, which I just shared. I believe it's just decadegolf.com. Let me just double check. Yeah, decade.golf, excuse me. But there, he does do the prices. There are a couple different membership options. There are a ton of different content creators. We had a Wicked Smart Golf on, who is a Decade guy. He has a 20% off code. I use Ben Haddon's code. Ben is an up-and-coming YouTube creator who I love, and I love his content. He has 30% off code. So if you are interested in buying Decade, there are promo codes out there. Scott, if you see this, I'd love to be a Decade ambassador one day. But really excited to document this journey. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, stay tuned for a month to see where my game's at. That's going to be it for the video today. Subscribe, comment, check out my interviews if you haven't. Leave us a review on Spotify. We dropped Ryan French Monday Q, which was a great interview on Spotify, and we also just did a Cardinal video, or a video with the Cardinal. If you're local here to Michigan, if you haven't checked out the Cardinal, make sure you check that out. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, let's see where Decade Golf takes my game over the next 12 months. Like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. Just click a couple buttons. As always, today's video is sponsored by Core Chiropractic and Performance Center. It's a local family-owned business here in Livonia, Michigan. Dr. Billy and Maddie offer a wide variety of services from chiropractic, injury rehabilitation, and sports performance. Dr. Maddie Dux works with all things women's health. If you're available and you're in the Livonia area, check out corecpc.net. The link will be in the description below. Mention the Scratch Golf Show to receive a discount on your first appointment. Look at their website to schedule your free consultation.